Don Comas, what's good? Welcome. What's good with you, my boy? I'm good, man. Just trying to enjoy this Tuesday, but all this Drake news and stuff that's coming up, I figure I might as well talk about it. I'm old, so I didn't get in on any of those reactions and none of that stuff, like live reactions, because I'm always asleep when they drop in, you know? I be in bed by about 9-10. I didn't get none of but I want to kind of talk about this, though, because if we can, I appreciate that, man. A-Town, I live in Atlanta, or Decatur, in the deck, baby. That's where I'm at. But I feel like if we're going to, us as the influencers, or I don't know what you want to call us, content creators, if we're going to come out and we're going to speak up for the rappers to continue to diss each other, we absolutely have to speak up about people going to random places and shooting people and terrorizing people's stores and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? What ain't Atlanta? I mean, it's close enough. It's 10 minutes outside of Atlanta. You know what I mean? I'm in the deck, baby. I love it, though. How many keys do you need? And what program do you use, Jitta? I don't know if I think a shooting is a setup, just to be honest with you. Because how do you get the police involved? Somebody's at the hospital, you know what I'm saying? I just don't know if I think that this is all like part of the Drake plan. Because I don't know if I'm the bodyguard. If I'm the bodyguard, I'm not going to set myself up to be shot. You're not going to be able to just shoot me. You can't pay me $1 million to shoot me. I'm cool. I'll just be your security because I get all these benefits and I get all this stuff anyway. So I wouldn't necessarily, I just couldn't foresee it being a work. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But yo, I don't know if that's a nasty ass allegation to put on somebody, though, you know, to assume that Drake's like, fuck it. We gonna have to shoot him. We're gonna have to shoot him, dog. Just don't tell him. You know what I'm saying? Later. I just don't know if I mean, that's nasty. I don't know if I can get on board with that being the plot line. Maybe it is, you know, I could be wrong. 49 keys, get this keyboard. Are you using FL Studio? If you're using FL Studio, get this keyboard right here. FL Key 49. This is perfect. It routes everything to FL Studio for you. So you'll be able to, it's really easy. It's like plug and play. So if you're looking for a new board, you can check that out. I've done a review on it on my channel, and I also explain how to set it up and use it in that video. So you can check that out. And then if it's something that you know, if you like, grab it, you know. But back to this topic. So, let's go ahead and take a look here kind of at the story. So we'll start off with, you know, basically the shooting here in Toronto. So let me go ahead and switch screens real quick. So I don't know if you guys have seen this story or not yet. It tells us shooting outside Drake's Toronto mansion, leaves security guard injured. And so basically, as the story reads, a shooting outside Drake's Toronto mansion early Tuesday morning left a security guard seriously injured, police said. The shooting happened just after 2 a.m. at the residence on Park Lane Circle, police said in a post on X. A representative for the Toronto-born rapper, who has made headlines recently over his rap beef with Kendrick Lamar, said Drake was not injured. It is not clear if the rapper was home at the time. When officers arrived at the residence, they found the security guard suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. Inspector Paul, I can't even pronounce that. On some other stuff, I know this is going to sound stupid, but, you know, being a black person, sometimes it's funny when we have to pronounce names like this because I don't know how to say this. This would be a equivalent to you having to pronounce Shaquisha. You know what I'm saying? You would probably struggle. I don't know if it's Crossic, I don't know how to pronounce that. Said in a news conference, the security guard was standing outside a gate when he was injured. He remains hospitalized in serious condition. A suspect fled the scene in a vehicle, according to authorities. They do not know how many suspects were involved or what kind of car they were in, but noted that the shooting was captured on video. A motive in the shooting remains unclear because it's so early in the investigation, but detectives have been in communications with Drake's team. So that's kind of what I got here for the story. I'm going to see if I can find real quick the video footage because they got the video footage. I watched something earlier. and it was on Toronto Sun, I think, maybe. So I think it was Toronto Sun. I can't spell, apparently. Toronto Sun. And it should pop up. Yeah, here we go. So then, boom, we've got a little bit of footage that we can see here, too. So I believe right here. No, I lied. Lies! But here's them in the neighborhood. So things that I wonder. I thought Drake was in a gated community. So if you're in a gated community, I don't understand. That is one thing that kind of makes it weird, that how can you just get to Drake's house? You know, like, I'm assuming it's a gated community. It might not be. But how do you get there, you know? So here's some of the, they have the tape out and everything. I know they had Drake's house taped up too as well. So let me see if I can find a video on this. Visuals. Here we go. Colo, you only live once. That's the motto of the Colo. All right, so let's go ahead and just push play, and we'll take a look as they kind of have a helicopter view of everything that was going on. So let's go ahead and push play and check it out. Turn my mic up a bit. Yeah, I got it. God damn, that shit was loud. What about now? Mic sound a little bit better? It sound better? Let me see. Check. Check. Should be good now. Yeah, man, this shit's loud though. Fam, I can't do this loud ass commercial. Mute. They're not gonna give us no volume? Don't get no noise? What a crappy video. Okay, so I'll be the newsman. So it looks like here is where the action took place. So we have the officers here reporting to the scene right now. Officer Kraquisha is over here with the other officer, and they're examining exactly how the shooting took place. Now, but seriously, I just wonder when you look at Drake's house, where was the security guard? Was he at the gate? I wish I could get a little more information exactly like where he was at, what his location was, and all that other stuff. Are you talking to me? Because the audio was not fine, and I'm not getting any audio right now. So yeah, so the audio was not fine on that. Are you talking about with the mic? We need answers, Sway. We need answers. So I guess I couldn't get the story there. Let's go ahead and see if we can find another story real quick, and then we'll talk about the vandalization of the OVO store in London, which is kind of jacked up. So again, this isn't, I'm not here to really take any sides or anything about no beef or nothing like that. I just wanted to kind of report on this because, again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, all of us influencers are coming on here and we are demanding that they rap more, and we want more. We want nasty. Well, I don't necessarily want all this nasty, like, I don't want all that. But if we can tell these rappers to rap, we need to tell the fans to be fans and sit their ass at home and not be shooting and terrorizing people's stuff.
Suffering from an apparent gun.
But here we go. Here's the story from them.
This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working apparently as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Somebody just mentioned something I didn't know. I didn't realize that Weekend's manager was shot last week. That's crazy. Jesus Christ. So now I guess let's take a look here at the OVO store that was been vandalized. So I guess we'll just take a look at here at the images first. Boom. I mean, you guys can see it on the thumbnail, but what I think is hilarious about this is that it says they not like us, right? So that's what they spray painted here on this. This is in London. I don't know if the person in London understands that they aren't like Kendrick either. They're not from the Bay or America or that shit. But I think it's funny that somebody else who's not like them typed this up in the window. So I guess this is what it looks like. Ooh, I can get a little closer. You know, so where do you guys think that this whole drama and this beef is going to go from here? Like, do you think that it's going to continue to escalate? Do you guys think that we're going to get any more diss tracks? Hopefully we don't get no more violence. I don't want to see anybody die over this shit. I don't want to see anybody die over some rap beef, you know? Like, I don't think that that's it, you know? I mean, I think that that's he said, I wouldn't have thought when Drake came out singing love songs trying to be like right. I agree with you on that 100%. I never in my life thought when I first heard Drake that he'd be involved in any kind of beef or any kind of disses or anything like that. Well, I mean, maybe some diss tracks eventually at some point because everybody gets in a rap beef, but I never would have thought that there would be shootings involved and I never thought that this battle would get this nasty. I guess that's where I'm at. Like, I'm all cool for rap beef, but as I sit back and I kind of reflect and I kind of take some of this in, pause, super pause on that one. I just think maybe we didn't need this rap beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know hindsight's 50-50 and we can't take this shit back. Maybe we didn't need this shit, you know? Because most of the time when you think about the great battles in hip hop history, you know, when Pac and Biggie were going back and forth, I guess Biggie wasn't really going back like that, but they were like in their early 20s, you know? When you think about 50 and, you know, Ja Rule or 50 and Jada or whatever the case is, they were in their early 20s. And so they were just rapping about, you know, these niggas are like almost 40. And so the stuff that they're rapping about is so nasty in this rap beef that I wish that we just didn't get it. Maybe we need to put an expiration date on when you have to stop dissing people. Like, once you hit 30, no more diss tracks, because we don't want to hear about you know, you beating on your wife and potential pedophilia and, like, you know. Yeah, I mean, I really do hope that it's not over this Kendrick stuff. Like you're saying, the dude, I really just keep it on wax. Really, this beef is so nasty because it's like, in order for these niggas to really win this beef, they have to provide receipts with the stuff that they're saying. I absolutely don't want receipts on anything that they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anybody to show up with Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, with any receipts on Kendrick beating his wife, or Dave Free being the father of his child, or Drake being a pedophile, or I don't want receipts on any of that shit. And I would hope that everybody else wouldn't want receipts on that shit either. But that's why this battle got so nasty, was because it was like everybody, you know, like I'm in the middle, pause. And so, like, I'm for the side of hip hop, you know? So I know I've done videos and I've been excited about, you know, maybe, you know, when Drake first dropped Push Ups and then whatever Kendrick dropped a cut. I was excited about the cuts, but I was more excited about the cuts for hip hop. It wasn't because I thought that Drake was going to beat Kendrick, or I thought Kendrick was going to beat Drake. I thought it was going to be interesting to see how these two battle, because they're so different. You know, we have a lyricist versus a hit maker. And so, you know, from the beginning, I know a lot of people were expecting it just to be like a rap battle, but I didn't expect it to be a rap battle like that, because Drake can't outbar Kendrick. We all know that shit. I mean, if we thought that this was going to be a bar, you know what I'm saying, heavy ass battle, then we already knew the winner, you know, because that's not what Drake does. But we thought Drake was going to have some shit like back to back, or something that was cool, that had some pretty dope lyrics in it, or whatever the case was. And these niggas just went full mental and decided to clearly they don't like each other, you know. Clearly all these years Drake thought Kendrick liked him, and Kendrick does not like him at all. And then I feel what really makes this beef situation suck is just that as we're finding out more details about the situation, we didn't even give Drake a fair shake, if you think about it, because it's coming out more and more like that. Not Like Us, that song was written like 3 or 4 months ago, according to Top Dog. So Kendrick had all these tracks waiting, and we're expecting Drake to respond right away. And then Kendrick's already got his next angle. He's been writing these songs probably forever. So it's like he's probably got 10 songs. So he's like, okay, if he goes this route, I can drop this. If he goes this route, I can drop this. If he goes this route, I can drop this. And, you know, the fans, we just want the next track. And so, like, you know, in the old days, it was always, you know, a person would have time to respond because the person who initially drops the first diss track or the first diss had all the time in the world to prepare. So writing this diss track for a year, and now we expect for the next rapper to respond in like fucking 2 hours. But this person like Kendrick, he's got a bunch of shit he's sitting on. So it's like, okay, nigga, as soon as you drop, I'm gonna drop something else. I'm gonna drop something else because I got all this ammunition. So yeah. And I don't mean, you know, I feel like for future beefs too, the fans need to shut the fuck up and just let these dudes cook. So, you know, like there should never be a time limit on when you have to respond to beef. You should be able to respond on your next album. Think if I don't want to make a beef diss track right now, I ain't got to make a diss track, you know, like we got into this weird stage of hip hop where we would rather have something fast than a good piece of art. And I would rather have a good piece of art, even if it's a diss track, than just some shit that came out real quick that's just sloppy. It's not really that great a product. And I feel like that's what we got too. No, I don't think Kendrick rapped at his peak on any of these tracks. I don't think that was his goal though. I don't think that the goal for Kendrick was to come out in this thing and get super lyrical, because again, going to the point that I was trying to make earlier is that you have two sides, right? So you have Team Kendrick and then you have Team Drake. And then obviously you have people in the middle. This is kind of where I stopped. So no matter what Drake does, Team Drake's going to go for Team Drake. No matter what Kendrick does, you know, Team Kendrick going to go for Team Kendrick. There's not any in the middle where they're trying to understand that, hey, you guys both sides have put out some outlandish ass allegations, but neither one of you guys have backed it up. Again, I don't want to see receipts, but one side's all like, well, Kendrick doesn't have any receipts. And then the other side's like, Drake doesn't have any receipts. Neither one of these dudes have any receipts. They're just saying stuff, you know? And for the fourth time, I'll say this again, I don't want to see the receipts, but how do we decide a winner? Like how do we decide a winner? Because one of the scathingest tracks that Kendrick has is Meet the Grams, but now it's come to light that half that song is dead information, is bad information. So how do we rank that track now on this beef? It's just like, this shit's nasty. And then the fact that people aren't even scoring the battle right. So where do we start the battle? Does the battle start with the song with Future and does it start with Like That, and then Push-Ups is the response to that? So then boom, that's round one. And then you have Tailor Made. I don't even feel like that's a diss track. That's more of a troll. So now what do we have? Kendrick's fucking so many damn songs, but you guys get where I'm going. What are we scoring? You know, because it's like a lot of people are throwing everything in round one. So it's like they're throwing like Kendrick's first two tracks and Like That in with round one, and it's like, that's not how we can score a battle. It's got to go back and forth, and then these niggas dropping at weird times makes it hard to score. I don't know, man. This battle is just it's exhausting. Well, the dude, I would say, when did receipts become relevant? I feel like receipts have always been relevant for the most part. I feel like every time in like hip hop, when people are like talking shit about each other, except for when Pac was like, you know, I stroked your girl, because we will never know that, you know. But I feel like most of the time, you know, they're talking about known things. I feel like once you go right to the PDF file, that's like, I mean, I don't know if he is or not. I'm not defending Drake. I just want to make sure y'all know that. I'm not defending nobody. But when you drop to something so low as that, you know, that's like low hanging fruit. That's just like really easy to make somebody look bad, and it's hard to come back from that. I don't know, man. And this shit's wild because it's like, it's for real like a 20v1. It's like 8 versus 1. Yo, I ain't never seen a beat maker make a diss beat in my life. Fam, that's the funniest part about this whole beef, is that he told this nigga Metro, shut your dumb ass up and make some drums, nigga. So Metro went and put together some drums and put together a whole entire beat. And I don't even know if I like the beat, but it is absolutely hilarious. You know, like it's definitely top tier trolling. I mean, to the umph degree. I don't know if y'all, yeah, I'm pretty sure Yeah, Metro went and made them drums. He said, I got you. He went and made those drums. I mean, it wasn't bad, but how can I put it? It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really even a battle beat. It was just funny because the shit BBL Drizzy. But it wasn't even like really a battle beat like that. So yeah, Metro Boom and made it boom. So do you guys like streams like this maybe in the afternoon? If some information pops off, maybe I'll hop on because I'm still obviously going to do all the music stuff that I normally do. I know there might be some before we do like reviews, tutorials, and all music stuff here. But I don't be doing nothing during the day after, like, if I get my videos done, I don't be doing nothing during the day. So sometimes I could just hop on here and we can shoot the breeze and, talk about this stuff. I wish these diss tracks were coming out in the afternoon. That would be perfect for me, but it'd be coming out. It'd be like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock where I'm at. I'm too old to be up that late for some diss tracks. You said what? I missed what you said, Leon. You said, he said, not like us, might as well be a swastika. What do you mean by that? I guess I don't know what you mean by that. Break it down a little bit more, because the way that I'm reading it is I don't hear not like us like he's calling him mixed, so he's not black. That's not how I hear not like us. I just hear it like you're not like us. You're not built like us. That's what I hear from it. That's like the general terminology that I would say. Like, there's a lot of people want to do YouTube, but they ain't built to do it. It's just same thing. So I'm assuming that's what he's getting at, because he came back on one of the tracks. Yeah, but he came back and cleared that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came back and cleared that up. Basically said he didn't want him to use nigga no more because he says that he appropriates the culture. Now, here's where I get kind of thrown off on that, is because I don't know how you can necessarily say person, whether they're mixed, they're full black, or whatever. I don't know how you can say that somebody's appropriating black culture when they're black. I get that people grow up in the suburbs, in the hood, all these other places, right? But you're still black. It's still part of your culture. Just because your mom, it's half of your culture, like you said, his dad's black as hell. So I don't like that. Right. That's what I'm saying, Leon. I don't know how you can appropriate the culture if you're black. And then I don't think it's fair. What I really hate is the angle of people get mad that Drake always collaborates with younger people, because he's putting them all on. I don't know if any of you guys watch professional wrestling, but in professional wrestling, like, the big stars always put over the young wrestlers, So like before John Cena went to go do movies, he was putting over Roman Reigns and all these other wrestlers, to make sure that the company has the next set of stars and that people are up and coming. And so Drake puts on a lot of these artists to their first #1 hit. And so, like, he was going to get a #1 hit, whether he did a song with 21 Savage or whether he did it by himself. And so I get that he's, trying different stuff artistically, but when people do different stuff none of Kendrick's albums sound the same. So yes, it's all within him, and he's creative, and no, Kendrick's not going off trying to rap and do stuff like other people, but all his stuff sounds different. So it's like, I seen some commentary that said Drake is probably so removed from a normal life because, like, when all the stuff was coming out and he was like, his response was, if somebody could find this girl, but he's got all these PDF allegations and all this stuff against him, but he's attacking the daughter angle. And that's why I feel like they probably did feed that information. But in his mind, since he set up the PDF file, he's thinking that that's the aha got you moment. But or since he set up the 11-year-old child, he's thinking that that's the aha moment. But the rest of us in the world are like, yo, fam, okay, you ain't got no daughter, but what about them kids, dog? You touching them kids? So that's what we all wondering when we're watching the you know what I'm saying, the feed in the theme and all that stuff. So. I'm torn, man. I'm torn, man. And then I talked about this in like a live stream, because it's like going back to the whole you can't say nigger or you're not black or anything like that. like both my parents are black, right? I grew up in the suburbs and I had a rough start to life. So like when I was, in just up until about 6th grade, I was the only black kid in my class. And so it was like every day, everybody was calling me the N-word, and I'm getting into fights every day. The teachers aren't believing me. I'm getting in trouble, suspended, OSS, in-school suspension. I was supposed to be in the gifted program and all this stuff, and they never let me get in there because they said that I was too wild and I used to fight too much. But the fights were always based off of some kid calling me out of my name, and my parents were always like, you need to stick up for yourself. So that struggle that a kid who may be mixed or who may live in the suburbs isn't the same as a black kid who grows up in the hood, or anybody who grows up in the hood, because you can get shot at in the hood. You don't know where your next meal is going to come, all this other stuff. But in the suburbs, you may not know where your next meal is going to come to because your parents are still struggling. But you have to deal with racism every single day. It's just a different black struggle that a lot of people don't understand if they never go through it. They think that people who grow up in the suburbs live this great life when you get police profiled and racism and all kinds of stuff. I agree. The fans tagging the OVO store was super cringe. It's like, how do you do it? I just, why do you decide to get the fuck up and go spray paint the OVO store? And there's probably cameras out there because it's Drake. So there's probably cameras, on his stuff. So they probably have whoever spray painted this on camera. Like as they're spray painting, there's probably a camera coming right through. Like here, let me click over. So as we see here on the OVO thing, there's probably a camera right here looking right at the person in the store. So it's like, is it really? What are we doing? I guess I'm old too, so some of the shit I'm saying, I probably would have never tagged no shit, but back in the day. But, what do you do? What do you do? He said, K-Dot tries to make the moral high ground, but literally fought for R. Kelly. Yeah, see, and that's part of it too, is like I like Kenny. I like K-Dot. I went and seen K-Dot perform in Chicago. I used to live in Omaha, Nebraska. And I got divorced, and it was like my moving day for my divorce, but I had to move everything from my 3-bedroom house into a storage garage. And then I had to drive 7 hours to Chicago so that I could get there to go see Kendrick. And I spent hundreds of dollars on him and shit like that. So I ain't never seen a Drake show. I've never bought a Drake CD. I don't got no OVO stuff over here. I do listen to both their music. I think that they're both very talented artists. So I would lean more on musically. If you would ask me what I would listen to by myself more, would be Kendrick. I love that Good Kid, Mad City CD. I love Damn. Love them CDs. I love them 2 CDs more than any project that Jake has put out. So, as I'm saying all this stuff, I'm just saying it as somebody who is in the middle though. So I know a lot of times it's coming across like, oh, you're just defending Drake, but it's like, I feel like Drake gets the most hate out of everybody in the industry, and he's getting jumped by 8 people. And then like the fans don't even know what they want. Y'all niggas don't even know what y'all want. So it's like, Kendrick makes a track calling this dude a PDF file and all that other stuff. So there's a lot he's saying in that track. So Drake comes out with a track and he responds, and he doesn't say anything about the PDF file, and everybody's all like, you got to respond to the PDF file. So then he makes a song only responding to that shit, and y'all are like, you're not going to say nothing else. It's like, well, he can't give y'all what y'all want, And then it's like, y'all like, well, just focus on Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus on everybody else in the fight. Just focus on Kendrick. Swing at Kendrick. But you know how hard it probably is for this dude when you got Future dropping albums about you, and then you have, Metro Booming making diss beats about you, and then, just everybody else, everybody talking about you, I think that's crazy. Drake is musty. I can't deal with you today.
Daddy, Nick Cannon is hilarious.
Oh, you got me weak on that one. He said Drake is musty. Yeah. I should have been doing these, but like I said, I go to sleep at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And so when they're dropping these diss tracks, I'm already asleep. I get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I do my content. When the days I do content, I do my content in the morning. And now I've started doing a sports podcast too. Check out the sports podcast if you guys like sports. We talk about all kinds of stuff there. Let me know if you guys want me to leave a link. I'll leave you guys a link. You guys can check it out. If not, I'm not worried about it. But so I started doing a sports podcast too, on top of this. And so I get up at 4 a.m. and I get to grinding so that by like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm done. And if I feel like smoking or have a drink or something, I can do that. And I'll do that by 4 or 5, you know? Nah, I didn't see Metro Boomin deleting old tweets. Let me see if I can find anything on it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this got so nasty, because they were trying to say it was over Metro Boomin. It all started over Metro Boom. Well, clearly it didn't start with Kenny over Metro Boomin, because he's been waiting to drop this shit. But Metro Boomin, I've seen some tweets that he made where he basically said his girl's never cheated on him. She's solid, all this other stuff. But the beef is allegedly over some girl. So, yeah, it looks like he deleted some stuff. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, so Metro Boomin, here's some academics. Shout out to academics. I don't like academics at all, but academics gonna ride for Drake, dog. He gonna ride for the people he rock with. He gonna ride with you. But Metro Boomin deleted a tweet from 2014. I'm tweeting via web like a effing, you guys can see what that says. Let's see some more tweets that he's deleting. Oh, yeah. Look, he can't even be talking trash. Look at this. She might be young, but she ready. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty work. Ugh. That's nasty work right there. Was he 18? Oh, okay. I'm not sweating that then. If he was 18, then I'm not sweating that. That's not a big deal. She could be 16 or 17 in my eyes. She can be 16 or 17 in my eyes. So here's something that I wanted to talk about. This is going to be nasty. Some of y'all going to judge the shit out of me. This is kind of nasty, but here's another thing that I kind of think about when I think about this beef, right? So we think to ourselves, this is the biggest live stream that I've had before ever too. Appreciate y'all for hopping in here, man. This is kind of dope. I've never had a live stream this big before. But here's something that I think about in this actual beef is that I feel like, what do you think is actually worse? Okay. So just bear with me, please. Let me get all this out before y'all start thinking I'm weird. Cause I'm not weird. I'm not looking at no underage girls. The girl I talked to is 30 though, but I'm 43. So what's worse, right? Is if they're talking about Drake kissing that girl on stage who was 17 and he was 23, I think what I've come to find in my research is that I believe it was in Colorado, whatever state it was in, the age of consent is either 16 or 17. She's still a minor, but I'm not excusing anything, but let me ask y'all, what would y'all think is worse, okay? And I need an honest to God answer. I need your honest answer. Would you be more mad if your 17-year-old daughter made out with Drake at a concert, or would you be more mad if your sister's husband beat her ass? Which one would make you more mad if you put yourself into that situation? Because that's where we have to start figuring out, if we're going to talk about the nasty stuff they're talking about each other, which one's worse? Would you rather have your sister get her ass beat, or would you rather have your 17-year-old daughter just get kissed on the neck by Drake at a show? Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I don't know about federally illegal. I don't think they can prosecute if the age of consent is 16. You can't prosecute somebody in that state. I'm not excusing anybody. I'm not down with that life. My woman's 30. I'm not saying, I guess you guys are missing what I'm saying. I'm not defending Drake and I'm not defending Kenny. I'm not saying that because I see you guys like in the comments just like his brother's not mad at him or whatever. I'm just saying, if these were actual truths, which one do you think would be worse, and then what do you think is a worse accusation? Drake hiding a child, Dave Free being the father of Kendrick's child, and that was also hidden too. Which one of those two disses is worse, Would you rather be somebody who chose to hide your kid from the public, or somebody whose kid isn't yours and you still take care of it. So I just think that, I don't know. I just think that you said people outside of the battle should chill a bit instead of running. I mean, I get that. You think hiding a child's worse than fucking your boy having a kid with your wife? Jeez. You must love your friends. That's nasty. Yeah, that's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be so mad. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think hiding a child's that serious either. Because you don't even know who. That's why when the story came, or the story of Adidon came on, I didn't understand why it was such a big deal that he was hiding a child and everybody went crazy. It's like, how many celebrities out here have kids and you don't know who or what they're, you don't know anything about their child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only know about people's childs if they put them in the limelight, So I don't see why that is even such a thing. This nigga's 38 years old. He should have a kid at this point in his life, Drake did not just drop. I swear to God, if Drake just dropped, we're gonna listen to it. But I think Drake's done. I think somebody said Drake just dropped. I don't think Drake just dropped. Especially after his boy just got shot. I mean, I guess we'll see. We're gonna see. You did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Blaze Red, when putting all this together, if you're preaching about black power, and that's like, some people were like, Drake says weird shit like you're gonna get the slaves freed and shit, but then the bars after that, he's saying you're basically a fake activist. You beat on you're preaching all this black power shit, but you're not black power. So I think that's what I think that just people just let that angle slide. They just, because they like Kendrick so much, And I'm not mad at it. Kendrick, Kendrick seems pretty stand up from what you get from him. Like when you watch him in the interview, like when he was on the Breakfast Club, or you ever see him talk, he seems like I actually kick it with both these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that that would be, I think they're both just different. But I just wonder where all this came from, because there's so much footage. There's so much footage of. I get that. I get that. You're saying Kendrick didn't beat his wife. I'm not saying Kendrick beat his wife. I was not there. You know what I'm saying? But again, if we don't have that statement is the problem with this whole entire beef. So like, Kendrick fans are always going to be like, "Cool, Kendrick didn't beat his wife," and Drake fans are going to be like, "Well, Drake's not a PDF file." And so we're just hearing this spot of there's no receipts. And that's what I was going to say earlier. I don't want to see no receipts. I do not want to see no receipts on this shit, but we don't have no receipts on it. So you can't just be like, well, Kendrick didn't do this, because then that's just the same. It's like the straw man argument, or the kid argument, It doesn't look good for these young girls. Hide your wives. Hide your kids. BBL Drizzy is on the way.
Daddy, Nick Cannon is hilarious.
Oh, I can't deal. He said the only things I saw on the internet was Drake loves teenagers. Yeah, I agree with that too. All he has to do is just take a picture with his wife and his kid, and then it just kills Drake's whole entire argument. So you guys don't think that doesn't do anything to, we know Kendrick don't go outside though. Kendrick ain't going outside. But yeah, man, all he has to do to kill Drake is just drop a picture with him and his wife, or a video or something, You said, I gotta read. I have read some of the stuff. I'm responding to you guys. I can't see every comment all the time. I never read Art of War. I've been told to read Art of War a ton of times. I know you're supposed to read it. But I've never read Art of War. I'll be honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up here and cap. I ain't going to cap. Stop the cap. I should have gave you all this too when y'all hopped up in here. Where's it at?
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful art. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely.
Everyone's so lovely. Yeah, there's always going to be shit on Drake because he's always, I agree with that. He's always out in the public. Yeah, I agree with you on that. FKA Nouse. I know I butchered that. Fucking Nouse. I don't know how you say your name, but you get it. I do think it is kind of weird that they both kind of, the way that they're defending themselves, like this, it's just weird. I don't understand. Because there's no way you would have got off. I was a PDF file and I'm not expeditiously responding to that shit. Nigga, I'm not even going to finish the diss track. Like, I got the beat playing, you know, pause that shit. I'm getting my phone out. I'm on IG store. You know what I'm saying? With whatever fine old chick is with me right now. You know, I mean, I'm dispelling that shit immediately, you know, like I'm not, because again, you know, we've seen Drake a lot. So we've seen Drake holler at old women, or not old women, but 39, 40-year-old women. He was hollering at that basketball player's mom for a while. He was in a relationship with her. When he was hollering at Kim K allegedly, you know, Drake's had some, you know, recently some old women. So it's like, you know, he likes older women too. You said what would look weak? KRL. We don't have any idea. We nobody knows. Nobody has any receipts. Nobody has any receipts, so we just don't know. You said, I mean, I've read a lot of information on these folks. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I didn't see any public response by either one of the two responding to the stuff other than in the songs. I mean, I seen Drake stuff on social media, but that was it. You think that Drake's crew would be turning on each other? But see, I still think, I guess we never even came to the conclusion, but I still think to myself, how is it possible that they got into that gated community? You know what I'm saying? And they were able to get up to Drake's house and shoot and all that other stuff. I just wonder, he played a high schooler for so long, he still thinks he's young.
Daddy, Nick Cannon is hilarious.
I'm dead. Yeah, I mean, I remember that shit. I do remember he said that about the daughter, but that's what I'm coming about Brandon. He said something about the daughter, but he left the PDF file information out of it. So he didn't mention anything about that. He kind of left that alone. So I just wonder, you know, I don't wonder. But then I guess that makes it difficult because then you don't want to be making public statements about not being a PDF file and you're going to bring even more attention to it. So anybody who might not have heard Kendrick's song is going to go listen to Kendrick's song now and then they're going to think you're a PDF file too. So I guess I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, let me know. Do you guys think that the battle's over? You think this thing is over? Mainly a groomer. He might be a groomer. I don't have those answers either, but he might be a groomer. That's not okay either. You know, obviously we don't want people to be groomers either. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. This will be a little easier to read. Sorry, I switched my screen up so it's a little easier to read now. Well, I mean, Steven Francis says, why did he got to bring up Millie Bobby Brown? Come on, man. Kendrick did not say one word about her because he was trying to get ahead of that. I mean, and another thing, too, to think about is if Drake really isn't a pedophile or a PDF file, maybe that's what he's assuming Kendrick's angle is. Because you know what I'm saying? You got to think if he's not, then he's probably confused. Like, why he keep calling me a PDF file? Is it because of the Millie Bobby Brown? So, you know, of course you're going to bring up the incident where people are talking about you might have been trying to groom or whatever with the star, but they'd worked together. I mean, I don't know. It's just Would it be me? No, it absolutely would not be me, you know? I ain't got all day. I ain't sitting around all day. I'm not trying to make stars. I'm not trying to make money off people. I'm not trying to do all this other stuff. So can I excuse the behavior? Absolutely not. There is a 0% chance I can excuse that behavior, but we don't have any proof either. And I don't live that lifestyle. I'm not home all day. I'm not trying to make money off of people. I'm not trying to do collaborations like that. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But what was I? Ah, damn it. I was responding to somebody's shit. So yeah, that's why I think he said it. I think he was just trying to get out ahead of it. You said, did you guys know that Bobby Brown is related to Whitney Houston? You're talking about Bobby Brown, who was married to Whitney Houston? into ultraous marriage that we all seen in the public eyes. Isn't in LA politics, you can't throw a jacket on someone's name without consequences. Yeah, but I don't know how that works, because it's basically, because if it's, yeah, that's where it gets nasty. I was thinking about this initially because it gets kind of like a situation of slander, because you can't just say whatever you want about somebody, and if it does affect somebody's, if you can prove in court that it affected you mentally, financially, personally, all that other stuff, you can obviously sue. It's not like a law where Kendrick's gonna go to jail or nothing. It would just be like Drake could sue Kendrick and get $1 million or some shit like that, which, you know, you can't really sue nobody if you're in rap beef. So you just got to deal with that shit, you know? Like you cannot go to the police and file a fucking defamation claim on another artist if y'all are having rap beef, you know? You can't do it. That A minor bar was tough. That A minor bar was tough. I probably struck a chord, and it might. What he said, I must have struck a chord, and I must have struck a chord. I forgot how he delivered it. I must have struck a chord. It was A minor. Yeah, that shit was rough. Do you guys think that? So here's what I question. Do you guys think that it should have went to where it went to, though? Because there's a lot of people out there who that B sharp does not hit harder. Sorry, fam. That B sharp does not hit harder. Does not hit harder, especially if you're a musician, because you get that shit, you know. And it's a double entendre and shit too. That shit, get the fuck out of here. Vanta, what's good? But what was I saying when I read that? Dog really fighting for his life to defend Drake spending time with little girls. If you're talking about me, I'm not defending anybody. I'm just giving you just a perspective. The whole point of this is to give you a different perspective. I'm not on Drake's side, and I'm not on Kendrick's side. You know? Do you think rap beef for the foreseeable future will always turn personal? Like everybody has to have Pusha T kind of friendly fades? I think that it just depends on the rap beef. So, because we've always had nasty beefs, like Pac and Biggie, we had Jay-Z and Nas. That shit was really nasty. Especially when Jay-Z was talking about throwing condoms in his baby seat and all this shit. Dude, that was nasty. That was some nasty ass beef. 50 and Ja Rule was nasty. 50 and Jada was nasty. 50 and Fat Joe was nasty. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on, I think, the artist, and if it's like real, like if something's happened in their life that's like made them beef with each other. Because a lot of beefs back in the day, like when you seen like LL Cool J beefing with like Kool Moe Dee and stuff like that, they were just beefing because they thought they were a better artist than the other person. So they were just doing tracks about artistry and shit. You know, they didn't really like each other. But like that's how a lot of it starts, by them just wanting to be the best. But now it's like, since these niggas be knowing each other for so long, they've been knowing each other for 15 years. They've been at the top of the food chain. So Kendrick is probably sick of Drake being at the top of the food chain. So that's probably why he fucking was like, I got smoke from this time. I'm going to sit at home for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and I'm just going to write a bunch of raps, and then I'm going to take this dude out so I can be the top rapper. It's my turn, you know? It's all good, the dude. I didn't take nothing personal. I don't know how many times you've been in these streams, but if I get irritated, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? So this has been a pretty chill. I got a date in 3 hours and 15 minutes, y'all. I gotta go. Well, not yet. In about an hour. I gotta go to the store though. I'm cooking something. I don't know what to cook. Everyone is against the light-skinned Canadian. That don't mean. Everyone is against the light-skinned Canadian that doesn't come from the culture. Yeah, K-Dot been plotting this. Yeah, I spoke on that a little bit ago, Barisma, and I'll speak on that again. I'm not excusing any behavior. I think he was 23, she was 17, and I think the consensual age in that state was 16. I'm not excusing it, but I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm not excusing that shit. I'm just saying, I don't fucking know. I don't have no opinion on that. It wouldn't be me. I'll tell you that. It would not be me. Yeah, K-Dot, when K-Dot dropped Not Like Us, though, I tell y'all what, I can't sea walk at all. So I poorly sea walked around my house for like 6 hours. Yo, that Not Like Us was a little bit too much, man. That shit was a banger. How you look at it, Andre Nash? I'm excusing this. I don't even know who Bella B. Harris is. I guess I would have to go look into that. Is that the who the fuck? Because I know all the people that they've been accusing them of saying it. Like a lot of these girls have already dispelled it. Like when people talk about Millie Brown, she dispelled it. Billie Eilish ended up dispelling it. So I don't fucking know. Again, I'm not defending any of that. What I'm saying is we are making accusations. So we probably should have receipts. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just kind of what I would want to see from the. I don't want to see that shit though. I guess that's where I'm torn, is that I don't want none of the shit that either one of these dudes is saying about each other to be true, because then we get into a situation where we have to start canceling music that we spent our whole life listening to, you know? Yeah. What do you say? He said Zuki. This dude Zuki weirdo. I'm not on either side, motherfucker. Shit. What's funny is you don't know me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know me. Shit. I've driven 7 hours to go see Kendrick after I moved. After I spent 8 hours moving a 3-bedroom house. It's just that let me see. Right. That's kind of where I'm at, is that we don't have any victims, because people are comparing this to like something that would be like Epstein, maybe not necessarily Epstein, but more of like Weinstein. But it's nothing like Weinstein. It's not like Weinstein wasn't really I can't say he was or wasn't having relations with underage girls, but he was basically you know what I'm saying? He was a predator, and he was like making girls have relations with them in order to get movies and all kinds of stuff, and blackmailing people and doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know if none of these kids are, it's not the same shit, you know? I don't even like talking about this shit. It's so nasty. Yeah, I'm not filling in any holes. What's up, Tiff? Welcome. Yeah, that's what I agree with. I can't even pronounce your name. FKA, I'll just call you that. I agree with you, man. Like, people are just making up the stories in their mind. That's why I'm trying to be objective and just be in the middle, and not be in a position where I'm just like Kendrick won or Drake won, or Kendrick is a woman beater or Drake is a PDF file. I'm not willing to just jump in and maybe because I'm 43 years old and I know that fucking people will say anything in order to get a reaction. And so, you know, none of y'all niggas know Kenny. None of y'all niggas know Drake. I don't know either one of these niggas. So just because niggas make good music don't mean that they have the greatest character. And that goes for both of them. Bro, you're going to have to cut it out for those exclamation part. Yo, I don't even have a fucking mod in here right now. This motherfucker is getting on my last goddamn nerve. Bro, you don't always have to go somewhere and be annoying. Sometimes you can just fucking chill. Fuck. Right, man. You don't always gotta spam some shit. You're like you're spamming the chat at me like I'm the motherfucker that did some shit. I'm just giving an opinion, and I'm leaving an open forum for everybody to have a conversation in a comfortable place without feeling attacked. Because I'm not gonna attack anybody's opinions. I just want to have an open conversation about this. So, yeah, man. Sorry about that. That dude was just getting on my nerves. Yeah, everybody say what's up to Tiff. She's good people. The OVO store here, I'll show you again if you just popped up. So the OVO store is here in London. So here, let me get this image pulled up real quick. Escape. All right, so this is what the OVO store looks like. It's just Drake's store, you know? And so you see how they put Not Like Us right here. They spray painted the OVO store. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But I feel that on both sides though. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's why I'm trying to be the way that I am. Because yeah, if you like you're saying, if you're on Drake's side, they think that you're gurgling, but it's the same thing. If you're on Kendrick's side, the Drake fans think that you're glazing. So, you know, it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the OVO store thing is so cringe. You said check out that girl's firsthand experience of Drake's after party on R. Kendrick, bro. I'm always weary to fucking watch shit without watching it first. I don't ever like to just pull something up and watch it on stream. I don't know if I'll watch it, but I'll look at some of the comments. Just because I don't want it to say some shit that's going to get my channel in trouble. Can you email me the link? Fam, this Reddit is fire. I might actually just go through this Reddit for a little bit. Yo, this is the first thing I see. Kendrick Lamar fans moan when they see a textbook. Drake fans moan when they see A minor. Oh my God, yo, I wasn't ready for that. I was absolutely not ready for that. Was not ready for that. Oh, I'm dead. I lost you guys' comments though. Damn it. Give me 1 second, because as soon as I switched over to that screen, it stopped giving me you guys' comments, so I can't read what you're telling me. Yeah, you're right, Brandon Lee. Kendrick's side does have everybody. Everybody and their mama is on Kendrick's side. You know what I'm saying? Like Weeknd, Future, A$AP Rocky, Metro Boomin. Real question, does K-Dot need to drop another bomb this week or next to finally bury him? I don't think that Kendrick has to drop another song until Drake drops another song. I think if I'm Kendrick at this point, I just let my plan play all the way out. Because like we know he probably has a sitting on. So nigga, this beef can be done. You know what I'm saying? The consensus thoughts on the battle is that Kendrick won. I'm going to want to digest this a little bit more, pause, before I, pick a victor or something like that. But what's up, Creaxon? But I feel like Kendrick don't have to do shit. Right now, Kendrick is sitting on the throne. So Drake has to respond, and Drake has to respond with a fucking bop, a dance track. It can't be no fucking, it's got to be in your wheelhouse and your strength. So if you are the hit maker, nigga, your next fucking bop has to be a hit, and it has to be, it's just got to, y'all get what I'm saying? It's got to be a bop. Because Kendrick dropped a bop. He's dropped every kind of track he can think of. He's talked to you. He's counseled you. He's dissed you. He's exposed you. He's made people dance to you. You know what I'm saying? He's gone every way in music. You can see how Kendrick's an artist. So he's like, okay, I can diss him this way. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick just wakes up out of a cold sweat. He's like, how can I diss Drake today? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, I don't think Kendrick is under investigation. His name was just mentioned because of the beef. But I don't think that Kendrick, you think Kendrick's sending somebody to Toronto to go shoot at Drake? I just don't, you know, I'm more likely to think it was some dumbass fan or somebody else. I don't see Kendrick, again, I don't know this man. So I just don't see, I can't foresee Kendrick sending somebody to Toronto through customs to go buy a gun, to go, you know, to go to Drake's house and shoot at him, bare butt naked, you know what I'm saying, by themselves, not with no crew. You said Ash heard that was, yeah. I think I seen something where it said Top said that I mentioned this earlier. Top said that he was sitting on that track for months. So he'd had that Not Like Us track done for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. I need y'all to think about that shit. We talked about it earlier, but I still need y'all to really think about that. Kendrick had these songs done, and then we just made Drake rush. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, Kendrick had all the time that he wanted until his diabolical plan took place. And he waited until he can get on a track with Future, who was also dissing Drake, to get everything popped off and cracked off. Bro, Kenny is a maniacal madman. Kendrick is a maniacal madman for the way he set this all up. William Angeles, I just can't see that angle. I can't see Drake shooting his security guard and then trying to blame Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really Kendrick's MO. Kendrick's not like a gang member or nothing. He's not, he's like, Kendrick ain't active like that. So I don't see that angle. Maybe somebody in the camp, but I just can't see Kendrick setting up a hit or trying to set up a hit on Drake. And then trying to set up a hit, but you just shoot a security guard, you know? He said, I don't even listen to Kendrick. I mean, I listen to all of them. And that's what hurt me, man. I listen to all of them. I listen to Cole. Cole, the smartest man of them all right now. Make y'all laugh real quick. Let me pull this up. I gotta find out where I sent it from though. I don't know. Did y'all see the reel, the Instagram reel where they put him in WWE? Oh my God, that shit is so funny. It's funnier than it should be. Instagram. Messages. Oh, it's on Facebook. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, WWE 2K. Here we go. This shit's kind of funny.
I know there is a lot of disdain between these two, but there has to be a better solution than duking it out. I'm not sure if he's trying to escape or take this fight into a new and dangerous direction. Not wasting any time. This superstar
J. Cole just left.
These two won't even wait for the opening bell. The official desperately trying to separate these two, but I'm not sure that's going to be possible. Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Bro, this is just childish.
Here can't be good. Oh my God.
This is just childish.
Seriously going to get hurt here.
No! Are you kidding me? My gosh, get this under control.
No. No.
Oh my gosh, what impact.
The internet is undefeated. Y'all know that, don't y'all? The internet will never lose. Never lose, bruh. The internet is so funny to me. Cole running out of the ring is hilarious. Yeah, I get your theory, but I just don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, I hope. I mean, I really don't want to see. I don't want to see they go to the level of like a Pac or something like that. I think that you guys are absolutely right. I just don't. I gotta hope it don't get to that level or like anything like that, because it's like these aren't even two like street ass niggas, you know. What do I think about the whole Metro? I seen a post that are you talking about the post where he made that his wife had never that Drake was lying and that his wife was a good woman, or something like that. I think I seen that. Yeah, this is beyond rap. I think that's why Cole got out of it. I feel like J. Cole was at home chilling, and then everybody baited him to dropping this diss track. He dropped a diss track, and him and Kendrick are cool with each other. They're still friends, according to Daylight. So Kendrick probably called him and was like, "Hey nigga, I'm gonna let you know I'm about to destroy Drake's life. I don't think you want to be attached to that nigga right now, because I got these tracks that are nasty." He's like, "I don't think you want no fucking parts of this shit." So Cole, knowing that he didn't really want no parts of it in the first place, that's probably why he backed down. Kendrick probably called that nigga. I mean, I would think that he did. Like, look, nigga, we cool. You don't want none of this. I was baiting that nigga. I think I don't think that the image is really going to be, the only way that his image will be tarnished for real, is if the allegations are true. That's the only way I feel like either one of their this is going to tarnish either one of their records, because I think opposed to other beefs where you've had beefs in the past where they've ended careers and stuff, it's really hard to end somebody's career with rap beef nowadays, because you can still put out music. You still have an avenue to release music. You still have an avenue to, do stuff. So I don't know I don't think that the allegations, although they are very strong allegations, just without the proof, he's not going to get in trouble. Jesus Christ, this dude's packed up. God. This nigga couldn't wait to comment again. Well, you can't ever comment again now, so, Dame, what's good, bro? Welcome. Captain Uncle, I'll say this. He's an entertainer, so it's kind of a little bit different, Again, I'm not excusing anything, but he's an entertainer, the motherfuckers be working together, we don't know if her handlers are there. We don't know what's going on. We just see one picture, because most of the time when these famous stars or child stars are out and stuff, they're with their handlers. For sure. Have a good one, FKA. Appreciate you, man. Y'all have a good one. He said, JJ Big said, I know that person's, I didn't give him what I would normally give him, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to him anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? I meant to put this in the, when I booted him off the channel.
Oh, fuck you.
But I don't think he's in hot water until we get actual allegations, So, you know what I'm saying? Like the actual charges is the only way I feel like it's going to really affect him, because so think about it like this, right? If all the stuff's, well, I don't want to say if all the stuff's true, but where we're at right now, if his image is tarnished, he still dropped a song. It's going to get 17 million views on YouTube, and it's still going to get 100 million views on Spotify in a day. So I don't think that's what I'm saying. It's not going to affect these niggas that bad. They're still dropping songs that are getting 18 million views right away. And I get that they're diss tracks, but I feel like these niggas is going to be all right. Leave it to Drake to pop off the northern border. Oh my God. Well, we were just talking about how Drake's house got shot up. And then over there in the UK, they vandalized his his store, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what we were talking about. We were talking about there on this one. But I think it is crazy. I think it's crazy. Leave it to Drake to pop off the northern border. That shit's funnier than it should be. Make sure you hit that like button for your boy one time. Yeah, Brandon Lee. So they're like, let's just say they take Drake out. The entire scene is kind of fucked. That's what I was saying earlier when everybody says that Drake does all this music appropriation. I don't necessarily know if I see it as, I don't know if I necessarily see it as appropriation. I just see it as him putting over the next rapper and also getting a hit out of it, you know, and also putting up a different kind of song for him. You know, I make all kinds of different music. I make trap beats, drill beats, lo-fi beats, boom bap beats, R&B beats, synthwave beats, house beats. I make all kinds of different beats. So how come me as an artist, I can make whatever kind of beat I want to, but Drake can't rap however he wants to? I never got that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know why we would say he needs to go when he's helping put on a lot of these young artists, you know? And then I'm kind of, because I know there's always the argument about Drake, about his music. Should he grow up and start making music for adults? You know, so should he make more mature music? But look, man, I'm not going to be the dude that's going to tell some dude who's a billionaire that he has to go find a wife and he has to live the life that I would live. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck am I? You know, like, we put Hugh Hefner on a pedestal for decades, you know, for being a playboy and being at the Playboy Mansion and all this stuff. So now that Drake wants to just be a playboy as an adult, we don't want to listen to his music because he can't rap about family and shit like that. He can't rap about that shit he's not living. But does he have to get married to change his rap style to appease the fans, you know? I guess I don't know. Canada and Compton beef. Yo. Who would have ever thought that Canada and Compton would be beefing with each other? All because of Drake. This ain't the first time. Yo, but if you think about it, this ain't the first time. I guess it wasn't Compton. It was the Bay, though, huh? It was the Bay. He was beefing with Golden State. Tell that to Future. I see, that's another place where I'm torn too. I'm not just trying to argue with you to argue, my dude. Just give my opinion, you know. Drake is absolutely hip hop. He's 100% hip hop. He may not be underground rap or conscious rap, but he's a commercial rapper. Commercial rap is just a genre of rap. Rap is a genre of hip hop. He's hip hop. He's just a commercial rapper, and that's fine. We need commercial rappers for the breakers, who are another element of hip hop, to be able to get off. Because dancing is another element of hip hop. So we need poppy dancing music for the breakers to be able to enjoy their element. So I think sometimes when we talk about hip hop in the community and rapper, try to say these rappers aren't hip hop or these rappers aren't this and shit like that. Do you even know what hip hop is before we tell somebody they're not hip hop, you know? Yeah, nobody tells Future to grow up, and Future is a big ass child. This nigga got like 37 baby mamas and shit. This nigga's still trolling Russell Wilson, who's trying to be a good man and raise his kid, you know? That shit's fucking wild to me. I got kids, and if my ex-wife got divorced, if it was a good man, I couldn't sweat the dude. My kids ain't calling you daddy, but I can't sweat you. You know, I would still try to be in my kids' life. You know, obviously I'm still gonna be in my kids' life and stuff, but I would respect the dude that my ex-wife got with, as long as my kids, you know, got along with him and he was respectful for my kids. Bam!
Good morning, darling. Oh, would you like a cup of tea? It'll be delightfully scrumptious.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. What is also crazy is that the stream got up to like 172 people in here at one point. That was wild. I ain't never had a stream like this before. And it's funny because it's like, you know how my channel is, you know? Like, I don't necessarily like gossiping, but again, like I said earlier, I had to make sure I got on. If we can get on here and tell these niggas to rap and make traps, we need to get on and tell the subscribers and the listeners to not be shooting up people's houses and terrorizing or vandalizing people's houses as well. Yeah, I seen something about that earlier, Ebel, where it was like an interview. And in the interview, I think it was on like CBS or something. They asked him, so did Drake hit your girl? That nigga looked hurt. Like he tried to play it off, but then when they paused the video, that nigga looked kind of hurt. I was like, oh, not Wayne's girl, nigga. Not Wayne's girl. I don't even like Wayne like that. I'm not even a Wayne fan. I'm telling y'all, when some of y'all are like, oh, this dude, he's on Drake's side. I'm probably lean more towards Kendrick artistically, musically, morally. I just want to be down the middle and hold. I just want to hold the same. I want to keep the same standard for one artist that I have for the other standard. So that's kind of why I'm like I am the way that I am. Is that I just want to hold both of these artists to the same fucking standard and base my opinion off that. Oh, I'll ban music. That's a fact. He with them bodyguards like Whitney. Now his bodyguard in the hospital. I mean, it's not funny. I'm not laughing at the bodyguard, but God damn. 50's already come to his defense. So 50 Cent has already come to Drake's defense. He ain't rapping because, you know, 50 ain't really rapping no more, but 50's come out a bunch of times and said shit about this beef. Dave, see, hey, y'all got me weak because it's just like every randomly I'll look at the chat and I just see one of the damn bars and it just cracks me up because it's like, no matter which side that you're on, you got to admit these niggas they weren't the greatest diss tracks, but they're clever. Drake is absolutely funnier than you want to give him credit for because the whole, when you put your hands on your girl, is it abuse because she bigger than you? Your back is up against the curb. Nigga, that bar is so fucking funny. Your back is against the curb is fucking wild. Nasty work. But then Kendrick was going hard. He just comes right out on that, not like us, and it's just fucking fire. This nigga's got the straight West Coast bounce, and it's a good track. Good track. Yeah, that Kendrick Interscope Aftermath bar was cool. It was cool. He said, all I could say is that it's hella hard to get a gun in Canada. I doubt this was some normie fan who left the reservation. Yeah, I don't know gun laws in Canada, so I don't know what it's like to get a gun in Canada. But I mean, it would be even harder to smuggle that bitch in, don't you think? Because if the people are saying, you know, somebody in Kendrick's camp, well, how are you smuggling that gun across the border? You know, I know you didn't drive. Them niggas didn't drive from Compton to, I know they didn't drive from Compton to, you know, Toronto. So you got to get on a plane. I know them niggas don't have jets. I don't fucking know, man. I don't have the answer. But what I do know is that there is a song called BBL Drizzy, and that shit's hilarious. All right, y'all. So I'm going to bounce up out of here. I'm sorry. I got to go because I got 2.5 hours and I got a date and I got to shower and I still got to go to the store and get some food so I can cook dinner. So I appreciate y'all rocking out with me today. I'll do this more often, I guess. Maybe I'll come up and I'll do afternoon streams and we'll just talk about random shit, or if there's a good topic. If there's nothing to talk about, I'm not going to just get on here and bore y'all to death. If they drop another diss track, I guess I'll be live unless the diss track comes on at like 11 o'clock at night, then I'll be asleep. You know. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. What's up, Ghetto Styles? Appreciate you, my dude. You know I rock with your channel too, man. Thanks for hopping in. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. And I gotta go. I gotta get ready for this date. I still gotta clean up my house a little bit too. I got a lot of shit to do in 2.5 hours. I chose to spend the time with y'all instead of doing what I was supposed to be doing. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.